After stumbling a few times in the real world, you will realize that education and making money are two completely different things. Continuing the video series about middle-age pressure, today I will share a few personal perspectives on the relationship between education and earning money. Please be patient and listen to the entire podcast episode today, because there may be some useful insights worth considering. Welcome to Unsaid Truths, where we share realities that society doesn't want you to know. First, let's talk about the nature of education. The current situation in many countries is that a large number of graduates are unemployed, or holding bachelor's degrees, even master's degrees, and then end up working as ride-hailing drivers. Many people rush to the conclusion that education is no longer important, or they blame schools, the education system, or even the government. But in my personal view, this perspective is completely wrong, because the true purpose of school is not to teach you how to make money. When it comes to earning money, society can be divided into four groups. The first group is employees, people who trade their time for money. The second group is specialists, such as doctors, lawyers, scientists, and singers. The third group is merchants, people who start companies, invest capital, run businesses, and make money through markets and leverage. The fourth group is the elite, those who can set the rules of the game. Schools mainly guarantee an output for the first and second groups. These two groups make up the majority, and without them, society cannot develop or operate in a stable way. In that sense, the mission of the education system has already been fulfilled. As for which group you belong to, and whether you earn little or a lot, that depends on your direction, your abilities, and your level of awareness. Now let's move on to the nature of making money. Here are three core principles of earning money. The first principle: being hardworking does not necessarily mean you will earn a lot of money. In China, there is a 16-character saying that reveals the secret of making money. This saying appeared about 2,000 years ago during the era of Emperor Wu of the Han Dynasty, and it is still accurate today. It goes as follows: wealth comes from strategy, not labor. Profit comes from position, not toil. The first part of the saying makes it clear that exchanging physical labor for money will never make you rich, because both energy and time are limited. Restoring your energy requires additional costs. If you remain trapped in this cycle, using labor to earn money, then using money to restore your health, you will remain poor forever. There are three main factors that create gaps between people: differences in awareness, differences in information, and differences in ability. Among these, awareness is the most fundamental and the most important, because abilities and information can be bought or borrowed. For example, if my ability is insufficient, I can hire someone. That is buying ability. Finding a partner is borrowing ability. Information is even easier to obtain, especially in the age of technology and AI, where information can be accessed very quickly. But awareness is different. A person's awareness grows gradually through real-world experiences and practical lessons. In China, there is a saying: you cannot earn money beyond the limits of your own awareness. For example, people who win the lottery or become rich through luck are not rich through real capability. If you observe carefully, you will notice that they often become poor again very quickly. This may be due to reckless spending or a lack of investment knowledge, leading to losses. In short, society has countless ways to take back the money you gained by luck if it lies beyond your level of awareness. Wealth is essentially a reward for awareness. The third principle: the ability to seize opportunities and act at the right moment. To make this easier to understand, there is a saying in Vietnam: the slow buffalo drinks muddy water. Be the fastest buffalo, one who understands trends and appears at the front, so you don't have to compete and struggle with the rest. Only by moving fast and in the right direction can you drink clean, fresh water. In addition, be cautious about money-making courses. In any industry, if you see too many people who once made money now switching to selling courses, you should be alert. In reality, very few people will teach you the exact methods they are currently using to make large amounts of money. If they do, be careful of two possibilities. First, that method is already outdated, the market is saturated, and it is no longer as profitable as it once was. Second, you are gradually becoming someone they are trying to exploit. To sum up, the essence of making money is an exchange. hard work and effort only increase efficiency. They are not the root cause of success. Education provides the foundation, but awareness is what truly determines outcomes. Book knowledge is fixed, while awareness must constantly evolve and be updated. Therefore, we should never stop learning in order to raise our level of awareness. After the age of 30, if you have to start over, choose a job you can do for the rest of your life. Continuing from the discussion above, let's move to another aspect. If you have to start over after 30, what should you prepare? First, to be clear about my personal view, once you have entered middle age, you should not casually quit your job or switch to a new business field unless you have thoroughly researched it and have a solid financial foundation. Because today, every industry is fiercely competitive. Making money has never been easy. To be completely honest, if your work is still difficult today, it is because you are not good enough yet, and you cannot compete with others in the same field. When you switch to a new field, you are essentially a beginner. Work will not go smoothly at first. The first thing you should do is look for colleagues who are more successful than you. Learn from them to see what you are lacking and what you need to improve. Always remember that the best teachers are people within your own industry, not outsiders who are unrelated to your field. Unless it is a forced situation, such as when your familiar industry or job roles can no longer develop, do not foolishly listen to anyone who tells you to quit your job and start a business. Alright, now let's return to the main topic. After the age of 30, especially after 35, when you have entered middle age and have no other choice but to change careers or restart a business, how should you choose? First, you need to understand that the differences between people are formed through accumulated time. Most of us start from a similar starting point. Except for a very small number of people who are born at the finish line, you and I are essentially the same. In your early 20s, you step into society. Every 3 years is a step forward, every 5 years is a doorway, and every 10 years is a full cycle. The gap widens little by little over time. Starting over means competing with people in their 20s who are full of energy and ambition. Do not foolishly compete with them in youth, creativity, or technological skills. The advantage of people over 30 lies in experience and resilience, qualities forged through repeated mistakes. So where is the way out? First, you must set your mindset straight. At any age, as long as you are truly willing to put in effort, it is never too late. Second, the saying, "choice is more important than effort," is especially true for those over 35. Observe, observe, and observe carefully, then find a job that you can do for a lifetime. So what kind of job can last a lifetime? First, it must meet 3 conditions. The first condition is scalability. If a business model can be replicated, profits can be replicated as well. For example, an offline store can be expanded into a chain, a personal brand can copy its model, strategies can be applied across multiple platforms. But remember this, seek standardization and stability, do not create blindly. Copying proven models is often the wiser choice. The second condition is sustainability. Be very cautious with trendy, hot jobs. Stay clear-headed. The person teaching you how to make money is often the first person trying to make money from you. Do not idolize anyone blindly or place unconditional trust in them. You may see their success and their wealth, but that is the result of a long process of effort. There is no such thing as getting rich overnight or easy work with high pay. If it seems so, be careful. It may be a trap. The third condition is that the market must be large enough. Examine the industry you want to enter. Is market demand sufficient? Is the industry growing? High-end niches or businesses serving only a very small customer base are usually not opportunities for ordinary people like us. After identifying these 3 factors, the next step is to find a job that you can do for life. First, sell products to customers whose age range is within plus or minus 10 years of your own. If the age gap is too large, it becomes very difficult to truly understand customer needs due to generational differences. For example, someone our age selling trendy toys like Labubu will likely lose to younger people. Choosing an industry also means choosing your competitors. Choose the wrong competitors, and you may lose without even realizing it. Second, make full use of your personal strengths. Differentiation is your weapon. Do not try to be faster or stronger in the same way as others. Instead, develop what you have that your competitors do not. When you combine all of these factors, you arrive at your goal. Some people may say this way of thinking is too pragmatic, but remember, a person's age determines their mindset. If you see this as pragmatic, it means you have experienced enough setbacks, enough struggles, and learned enough to avoid pitfalls. If not, then perhaps you still have enough time and opportunities to experiment and struggle freely. Everyone has different perspectives and circumstances. Under the age of 30, when you are still young and courageous, feel free to try everything you like. Even if you fail, you gain a valuable lesson. Under 30, you still have many chances to start over. But after 30, especially after 35, when you have entered middle age, you carry elderly parents on your shoulders and young children below. The responsibilities are much heavier. Everything you do must be carefully considered. You can no longer be reckless or impulsive like when you were young. Being a little pragmatic is not a bad thing. I want to share a saying I really like. Choose a profession to make a living, accumulate enough momentum, and then turn your fate around. Next are 10 statements that have awakened countless people, especially those over 30. If you truly understand them, you will find life much easier. First, life is meant to be lived with joy. Living without joy is the same as wasting your life. A human life lasts roughly 30,000 days. Do not make things unnecessarily hard for yourself. In this world, there are only 3 things truly worth your concern: money, health, and your inner peace. The secret to living happily is very simple. Just apply these 3 phrases correctly. Not important, not necessary, and not worth it. When your mind is calm, the outside world also settles down. Do not put too much pressure on yourself. Pressure does not always create diamonds. Statement number 2. Having your parents alive is the greatest blessing in a person's life. Filial piety is not a duty. In reality, life, society, and our parents are giving us an opportunity to cultivate our character and accumulate virtue. As long as your parents are alive, you still have a place to return to. When parents are gone, only the road back remains. Statement number 3. Do not try to change or awaken anyone. No one is perfect. Everyone has their own life, with flaws, hardships, and different ways of living. You may offer advice, but never impose your will on others. Statement number 4. Anger comes from a lack of tolerance. Jealousy comes from not being good enough. Sadness comes from weakness. Anxiety comes from a lack of calmness. Only by maintaining a steady and composed mindset can you rise above gossip and see through the essence of things. Statement number 5. When you reach a certain level of understanding, you will realize that the people around you are neither good nor bad, neither right nor wrong. You are simply not on the same frequency, so you make different choices and take different actions. Once you understand this, you will learn to accept others and live with greater compassion. Statement number 6. Be a kind person, but with a firm attitude. With the Buddha, wear a monk's robe. With demons, wear paper clothes. When it is necessary to draw a line, do so clearly so others know what boundaries must not be crossed. People often like those who are honest, but they rarely respect those who are too accommodating. Do not let your kindness become a weakness. Statement number 7. When a person has accumulated blessings, they can overcome any adversity. Personally, I firmly believe in the law of cause and effect, and I believe many of you do too. Even if you have done many good deeds today and have not yet seen immediate rewards, do not worry. One day, at a certain moment and in a certain situation, your blessings will arrive, sometimes multiplied many times over. Blessings are not only for yourself. Often, they extend to those around you. If parents treat their daughter-in-law well, then when their own daughter becomes a daughter-in-law elsewhere, she too will be loved and cherished. Statement number 8. Time heals all wounds. No matter how big or serious a problem is, it usually takes about 3 years to get through it. When something happens, do not panic because panic solves nothing. Face it calmly and it will pass. Use the mindset of your future self to face the problems of the present, and everything will feel much easier. Statement number 9. When does a person truly awaken? It is after realizing they love the wrong person, after a marriage falls apart, after surviving a life-threatening illness, after a business failure, or after experiencing separation and loss. At that moment, you understand that life is impermanent. Every event is both a trial and a way to refine you. Only with both gains and losses does life become life. If you cannot avoid it, accept it calmly. If it does not go as you wish, learn to accept and let go. Statement number 10. In the blink of an eye, a day is gone. Turn your head and a year has passed. Sometimes, turning your back once can mean a lifetime. Joy and sorrow, anger and resentment, all eventually become the past. Time cannot flow backward, so do not spend every day looking back and lamenting. Living in the present is like flowers blooming along the road. Each day brings a different joy, and each age brings a new experience. Live naturally. Whatever comes, welcome it. To be honest, recently I have also encountered many things that did not go as planned. My plans and goals were delayed, and I have been under a great deal of pressure. I am going through a significant period of crisis myself, and that is exactly why I created the channel Unsaid Truths, to share all of my experiences and stories with you, and to hope that we can spend meaningful moments together. Trust the natural algorithm. If you are able to listen to this podcast episode, it means we are connected by fate. I would like to take this opportunity to send my best wishes to all of you. Stay strong. All worries will eventually pass. All difficulties are only temporary. I wish you good health, smooth progress, and much good fortune. If you have stayed with me until the end of this podcast, please don't hesitate to give it a like, a share, and a subscribe. Perhaps future episodes will be helpful to you.